Have you ever trusted someone with your pain and watched them use it against you? Not loudly, not cruelly, just quietly, strategically, like they had been waiting for exactly that moment. If you have felt that, stay with me. Deep in a frozen forest lived a wolf named Kael. Not the biggest, not the fastest, but the most trusted. Because when everything fell apart, Kael never did. One brutal winter, a jagged rock tore into his leg mid-hunt. The pain was sharp and deep, but Kael made no sound. He kept pace. And that night, while the others slept warm and full, he cleaned his wound alone in the dark. He thought no one had noticed. But across the clearing, a younger wolf named Drake was watching. Drake was not dangerous because he was strong. He was dangerous because he was patient. He had spent months searching for a crack in Kael's armor, and now he had found one. He said nothing that night. He simply waited, the way the most calculating wolves always do. The next morning, Drake walked to the pack elder and leaned in close. No challenge, no confrontation, just a whisper. Kael is injured. He cannot be relied on. 5 words. And like a stone dropped into still water, the ripples moved fast and silently through the pack. That evening, Kael found himself on the outside of the feeding circle. No argument, no explanation. Just a cold, quiet shift, the kind that tells you everything without saying a single word. It was old Sarah, the grey-furred elder, who came to him that night. She looked at his leg and said softly, "You showed it." Kael said, "I showed nothing. I stayed silent." She shook her head slowly. Silence is not the same as safety. You limped in front of eyes that were already hungry. That was enough. Kael asked, "Then what was I supposed to do?" She sat beside him and spoke with the quiet certainty that only comes from surviving many winters. You heal where no one can see. You fall, but you rise before the others wake. Never let those who wish you harm know exactly where to strike. Kael did not sleep that night, because the hardest truths always take the longest to land. Now step out of the forest, because this was never really about wolves. Psychologists call this the vulnerability trap. The painful pattern where we show our wounds to people who have not earned that access, and instead of helping us heal, they file it away. For later. It is the coworker you confided in during a hard week who quietly mentioned it to your manager when the promotion came up. It is the friend you called at your lowest, who later used your pain in an argument. It is the relationship where you showed all your fear and doubt. And slowly, almost invisibly, they stopped seeing you as their equal. The world tells you to share everything. Be open. Be vulnerable. Let people in. And with the right people, that is healing. That is real connection. But not everyone deserves that version of you. Some people are not cruel. They are simply opportunistic. And if you hand them your wound, do not be surprised when they hold it over you. Behavioral scientists call it strategic silence, and it is not coldness. It is not shutting people out. It is the quiet wisdom of knowing the difference between someone who will hold your wound gently and someone who will hold it against you. Heal in private. Rise in public. Let your results speak before your struggles ever do. Your pain is real. Your wounds are valid, but they belong to you. Not the group chat, not the comment section, not the person who casually asked, "How are you?" on the way out the door. Because not everyone who asks about your wound wants it to heal. We all had a Drake in our life. Drop one word in the comments that describes yours. Just one word. You do not have to explain. You do not have to tell the story. We will understand. I'll see you next time with another story like this.